Yeah, good evening. My name is Ola, and I'm here to show you how to make some settings on your afriSAMS school ERP. In my last video, I showed everyone how to set up the institute management, whereby I showed everyone how to set up your basic institute details. Okay, basic institute details. In this video, I'm going to show us how to do our master setup. Now, the master setup module is designed to create your fields, your options as you progress in the setup. There are some information you might need that are supposed to be listed for you. It can come up as a pop down or as a select list as options for you. These things you set it up in your master setup so that you won't have to be doing these things over and over again. It's like a universal information you might need as you use the afriSAMS application. Now we are here in the rows. The rows are your user access, the user authentications that you have. The rows is determined by what users can have access to. What users can have access to. There are users, or let's say the categories. Let's say categories. Each category has a particular access to different features. For example, students won't have access to what some teachers will have access to. Admin have access to everything. Admin has access to everything, and an accountant will have access more for financing, anything that has to do with financial, which teachers and students may not have access to. Parents will only have access to the information about their children, and so on and so forth. So here you can create, there are three default rows or categories that you have. You have the student. The faculty means the teachers, okay, the teaching staff, and we give it faculty because this application runs even across from basic to higher institution. So your faculty here represents your teachers, the teaching workforce. And of course you have your institute admin. These three are default. You cannot change them. It is the application default. However, you can create more roles for yourself. You created parent, accountant, non-teaching staff, drivers, receptionist, and so on. You can click add new. For example, maybe we have security. Let's say we have security. Just create a security role and click save. Now whatever you create here is your choice. You can see that security is added and it is active. But once again, whatever you create is your choice. You create it according to your needs, so that you can align these rows according to your school needs. Okay, so these are some of the master rows setup that you need. In future, when you are creating users, you will need these rows because you need to assign a user to any of these categories. The next thing is the user fields. You can see now that you need to select a role here. When you click now, you can see the security we created is showing here. This is what the master field means. The master setup does. It provides you your options. So let's assume we want to set additional field. There are default fields that are created for you to capture information about anyone within this category, but you can still have option of creating custom fields. For example, in in under student role, if you want to create anybody as student, you can create additional fields. Maybe you want to create custom fields to request for additional information. Maybe, for example, you want to request if a student has the disability. If a student has disability, for example, you can create that custom field. Click add new custom field, type disability. Of course, it's going to be text because it's characters. Is it required? Required means you must fill this field. If you don't fill this field, you won't be able to continue in your data capture. So if you say yes, it means you must fill it. But if you say no, it means you can leave it open, empty. Then is it unique? Uniqueness means each user you are trying to capture has a unique form of record to be inserted into this field. In this case, disability may not be unique because two learners can have the same disability. So which means in this scenario we will click it as a no. If you look at ID number, whereby a learner or a student is assumed to have unique ID number, you can see that we select it as a yes, it is unique. But in this case, you can leave it as no and click save fields. You say confirmation, of course, to confirm that what you are trying to do, you want to proceed, you just say okay. It's successful and you say okay. All right, so you can see that our additional field has been added. Now this field, you are going to see it in future when you are creating learners or capturing data. Okay, now we can move forward. For example, let me quickly do one again for faculty. Let's say we want to capture field if a teacher has criminal records. So you can just click add new custom field. You can say criminal records, criminal records. You can make it in the form of question whereby the user is going to say yes or no. So which means you select, you format the field to make it yes or no. Multi-cell image text box. Okay, just type yes or no answer. It is no, we don't want it to be compulsory, and so on. Just click save fields, say okay. So we can move on just like that, and we can do the same thing for other information you might need. Personal information, past histories, just like that. You can create additional fields by clicking any of these places and you add additional field. Then we go to our master fields where we have our religion. All these fields here are default fields. That's why we call them master fields, whereby you just want to have your kind of default religion. Okay, default religion. You can add new employee, caste. Of course, they are fixed values. Or here you put all your fixed values. Employee type, where you can have your full-time, part-time, employee group, qualification, and so on and so forth. Then your field selection too. You can select, let's say for student, you click go. You can select the fields that you want to show when you are capturing any user. For example, if it is a student, if it is a teacher, if it is a driver, any user you are trying to capture, you can select the fields that will show on the form. So if you uncheck name, the ones you can't uncheck are default that are compulsory. You can see it is not showing, but the ones that you can uncheck, for example, if I uncheck email, which means this field, when you are capturing this field for email, will not be showing. So any field that is ticked is the one that will show. The one that is not ticked is the one that will not show. Then you go to your institute settings. You go to your institute settings and you still do the same. by customizing the fields. By customizing the fields, you can see ID number, default fields, and then you can move. Here you can copy content of one field to the other. For example, you want to copy content of disability field to another field. Probably the disability is maybe eye problem, and you want to send it to any field that relates with eye. You can just copy and select here and transfer data, which means when you click transfer data, whatever information you have in this disability field can be transferred down to this new field. Okay, so that's that. And then SMS templates. This is where you set up. We have our default SMS. You may not tamper with this if you are not too good with system, but we already created our own default SMS template that fits in to best standard, so you may not tamper with this place. So it goes on like that, where you set up your unique code. Now this unique code is the particular code that is assigned to every user. It is unique. In this case, you can use a prefix. For example, the demo is demo group of schools, so you can decide to do DGS, demo group of schools. Then you can set out what is the character length. How many characters do you want after the prefix? You can make it's minimum of 5 and maximum of 10. Minimum of 5 and maximum of 10. Okay, so here let's leave it at 5. You can see the template how it will come, and then the next person that's going to be created here is going to be DGS 00006. So you can save this pattern and it will tell you success, and you click OK. So you can update unique number for existing users, and you can reset unique numbers. So that's a simple way of setting your basic master setup, your basic constant fields, constant information that you might need during the progress of capturing data or setting up your institute properly. Okay, so in the next video I'm going to take us through how to set your academic year and session and other things that has to do with your academic session. Thank you. God bless you for watching.